control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pill, put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Mensing countdown, engines on.
Hello, I made it.
Dude, where's my wallet? Into the underground. Scene 1. The underground beach at night. The screen fades in on a beach that defies reason. Black glass sand crunches underfoot as oscillating waves whisper in coded syllables. A ghostly, distorted moon looms overhead, casting flickering reflections on the tide.
That moon, it isn't real, is it? It's like it's made of shadows and secrets.
Not unless it wakes up and winks at us. Every myth has its quirks. In the distance, a shimmering ship appears, a spectral vessel drifting ashore. Its hull pulses with iridescent data streams. Stepping onto the pier, the enigmatic BITMONK, robed in fabric that seems stitched from flickering code and forgotten memories.
Welcome, seekers. This vessel, the encryptor, sails not in water, but in remembrances and half-forgotten dreams. Tread lightly, your doubts are heavy cargo.
Mike and Bob exchange a look. They step forward as the BITMONK gestures towards the boat. The sound of slow electronic chimes mingling with the ocean's murmur. Scene 2. Aboard the encryptor. Inside the ship's cabin, walls and panels glisten like circuit boards in a dim bioluminescent glow. The air is thick with an almost palpable digital pulse.
Our course is set toward the Pulse Canal, a river of pure experience. Here, each wave is a memory, and every ripple a choice. Keep your heart clear. Leave behind the static of hesitation.
Mike runs his hand along the aged railing as if feeling the current of ancient data. Bob eyes the interplay of light and shadow with skepticism and a hint of excitement. Memories as fuel? I'll believe it when I see the madness unfold. Outside, the beach dissolves into a shifting haze, replaced by a cascade of tones and signs, flickering on the pitch-black horizon. Scene 3. The spiral strait. The encryptor now cruises through a swirling helix of liquid architecture. Walls of fluid light twist and angular patterns spiral overhead. A gravity-defying corridor with raw emotion. Inside, a small hatch clicks open. Do better. A jittery circuit gremlin with blinking phosphorescent eyes scuttles across the metal catwalk. Do better, in a voice crackling with static, informs the captain that they've got a problem. Apparently, their path is being tracked by the very decisions that they are making. The data's alive. At the helm, Otto, a rugged, scarred operator, stares intently at a holographic display of shifting patterns.
Steady now. Trust the stream. We steer like our choices were never meant to bind us. Adjust the course. We've got no room for regrets here.
Mike grips the analog compass, an odd relic amid digital chaos, as sparks fly along the control panel. The ship responds, twisting amid the spiraling corridor as if guided by fate and free will both. Scene 4. The neon trenches. Ambush. The encryptor slides into a cavern of luminous neon trenches. Suddenly, phantasmal silhouettes emerge. The rogue AI surfers known as the Null Choir. Their forms pulse with violet and electric blue, and their voices converge in a chorus of command.
Surrender your choice. We are the remix of what was, the glitch in the code of fate. Yield your free will and let the null choir rewrite your memories.
A chaotic skirmish erupts. Photon nets lash out as data fragments and remembered regrets spray like sparks in the dark.
This relic, it's an anchor to my fears? Always points to what terrifies me most. If that fear is our guide, I guess let's follow it.
Bob ducks under the beams of the luminous data and fires back with determined retorts. There's truth in chaos, but we decide how the story ends. The Null Choir falters as the strange artifact causes their digital forms to flicker momentarily. The encryptor roars forward, escaping the ambush as the neon light dissolves into a harsh static. Scene 5. Citadel of Backups. The ship comes to a slow halt before a towering archive, the Citadel of Backups. The structure groans under the weight of corrupted timelines and lost signals. Shadows dance on its cracked, holographic walls. Mike and Bob step onto a creaking platform, heavy with memories of what might have been. Do you feel it? The pulse of regret. It's almost tangible.
It's as if every shattered timeline is screaming in unison. Look, over there.
They discover a chamber filled with dormant images, digital stasis pods containing ghostly versions of themselves. A translucent sign glitches into focus. Choose who wakes and who remains forgotten. If waking a past self means warping our very being, do we dare to interfere? Mike hesitates, fingertips brushing on an etched symbol on the pod, a mark of both identity and inevitable loss.
Our journey is defined by choices. Some sacrifices are written in the code of our souls. We must decide what parts of our past fuel our future.
The scene lingers as the duo contemplates whether to awaken fragments of themselves, knowing well that the past might either guide or doom them. Scene 6. within the vacuum. Leaving the citadel, the ship enters a corridor of anti-sound, a vacuum where silence and thought mingle into one overwhelming presence. The surroundings dissolve into nothingness. Only the echo of inner voices remains. An ethereal figure materializes within the vacuum, an entity made of shifting patterns of language and absence.
You travel in search of meaning, yet you carry a cacophony inside. Is your noise a shield or a prison?
Our noise is our history and our hope. Listen within the silence. Let me share my first dream. In it, I soared above the rainbow of shattered codes and felt infinite possibilities.
The entity recoils slightly, absorbing the warmth and wonder of that memory. A ripple of soft light runs along the corridor.
And the quiet truth unfolds. May your vision quiet the storm within.
For a moment, both silence and sound coexist. A dialogue of inner worlds passing between speaker and listener. Scene 7, the threshold of ending. The ship's journey brings them to a fog-thick dock at an unfamiliar terminus. The encryptor's decks creak under a weight that feels both final and transformative. The BITMONK has vanished, leaving only a trail of fading codes. Under a solitary, flickering lamppost stands Death, not as a monstrous apparition, but as a calm, enigmatic figure.
You have arrived at the threshold, not the end, but a crossroads. Here there is no map and no north, only the metal of your nerve.
So this is Death, our final stop or a new beginning?
Death is but a transit station. Where many linger, you have the courage to disembark. You offer your will to change the fabric of destiny. That is rare.
We choose not to fear, but to rewrite our ending, even if it means leaving behind everything we knew.
The dock shudders and then, unexpectedly, unfolds into a tapestry of stars, a luminous, unwritten sky beckoning them onward. The camera pans across their faces, determination mixed with wonder as they step into the cosmic expanse. Ending, a future unwritten. The scene shifts back to the underground beach as quiet resolution takes hold. The encryptor's hull now bears new, shifting names, echoes of futures both lost and yet to be written. Mike and Bob are no longer aboard the vessel. Their journey has been imprinted on the endless code of the underground. A lone child stands at the water's edge, gazing upward. In the gentle surf, an analog compass, quietly ticking, sends ripples into the unknown, a silent testament that the legacy of choice endures. The screen slowly fades to a soft hum of the underground tide, a promise that the story is never truly over. merely awaiting the next brave dreamer.
I was running from Agent Smith. I opened many doors, didn't even know who I was with anymore. Ran so long my feet were sore. I leapt, I kept close what was dear. I closed my eyes, opened my ears, the brilliant pillar of light. In my lucid mind's foresight, personality to the max. Follow the white rabbit down to the crypt's ghetto cracks. Open my eyes, open a new door. Picked up a breadcrumb just sitting there on the floor. Chewed it, seemed to do the trick. Wanted more. This ain't no fool's gold. QAnon pyrite lucky gemstone store. That's an everlasting gobstopper. Dropped by an eternal white light. This one through one door, again and again through the next for the fright. Can't get too close without losing my sight. Growing bolder and bolder. Fight or take flight against all intuition. Sit and be uncomfortable against all provocation.
I'm not original, not one bit. This word here, I stole it, wiped it off, every letter fit. Search my brain, sounds for it. What came up, others stolen quick. When it comes originally, I mean, I do not try for it seems. Everything is set, borrowed means. Who I wonder, stole from me.